I'm Aaron.
And I'm Cole.
And we're two chill dudes.
And this week, Stephen Chow's Journey to the West. Subtitled, what was it?
Conquering the Demons.
Yeah. It's a long name.
It is.
Now, before we start, we have something a little different than the usual caribou. Unibrew Grand Reserve, winner of 3 consecutive international platinum medals and awarded the title of Best Dark Ale in the world.
Are we really the right people to be drinking that?
No. But I have a bottle. So,
There you go.
yeah. I mean, I'm not going to drink this on my own. There we go.
It's got a nice pop. Oh, jeez. Oh! Nice. Oh.
Even the foam is delicious. I'll give this one.
Yeah. I say
It's got a bad lip for pouring.
Journey to the West is a adaptation of a really famous story.
An ancient Chinese novel,
Mm-hmm.
Journey to the West, which is mostly about, I've never read it, but it's mostly about Buddhism.
Mm-hmm.
Loose adaptation, mind you.
I think he's got there's so many different adaptations of him. Like one of the most famous ones, of course, is Dragon Ball,
Or
with Goku, or
the League of Legends character Sun Wukong.
Mm-hmm.
I assume we're doing the no spoiler review first?
Yeah, no spoilers for this first bit, and then later we'll mention spoilers. For the most part, I enjoyed the movie overall, but I felt like the first half is amazing. It has this perfect balance of horror, action, and comedy. But about halfway through, I feel like it sort of lost... definitely it lost the horror aspect and just focused mostly on comedy, which I felt was kind of like they dropped the ball on that part, I feel.
There was definitely a radical
Shift in tone.
About halfway through the movie. As much as that part peeved me, there wasn't that much bad I could say about this movie. Stephen Chow does a wonderful job doing what he does best.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who don't remember him, his most famous is, of course, Kung Fu Hustle.
Mm-hmm.
The amazing... I would even call it a masterpiece.
Other than that, I guess we'll go into spoiler territory.
Well, yeah. Other than that, highly recommended. It's on Netflix in Canada. I don't know about the US, but definitely check it out. So, spoiler talk.
Spoiler talk. I thought probably the first part of the movie is one of the best openings to a movie ever. It just plops you right into this major event, basically, where the river ogre just comes in and just terrorizes this village. But it's not like a brief incident to introduce the main character. It's like this full-on thing.
It's you know, a lot of especially for kung fu movies, the first act is usually really short.
Mm-hmm.
In setting up everything, there's usually you usually have an action scene right at the start to get things going.
And then it just goes into straight exposition.
Yeah, and then it'll go into like the character's history and all this other stuff. This gives it all in this big set piece that works really well.
Mm-hmm.
Goes on for quite a while, but keeps you engaged. Yeah, you're not, and afterwards you're not like, oh, now I'm exhausted, because you know it.
Well, it actually takes a few well-placed breaks in between. Where it's like you have the scenes where it feels like they caught it, but they haven't, and then it shows up again, or like the real one shows up again.
True.
And then they have this big fight with that, and then they have this moment where they have it on the plank, and it's sort of just sitting there as they're having fun trying to bounce it up. So it's not all horror and blood and gore and stuff like that. They have fun in the middle of the whole fight, basically.
Mm-hmm. A very fun fight. I actually want to say, there's a lot of CG in this, but it was CG in a way where it was so obvious it was CG, but it was such interesting ways of using it, and there were certain things about it that it didn't really break the immersion, and you could roll with it. It was, in a lot of other cases, I would have called this bad CG in places. Well, not with Sun Wukong, but with the fish, definitely.
I feel like there were also a few scenes where they mixed in with some practical effects as well. It's like when they wanted something more that looked more physical and real, like close up and stuff like that, they used practical effects for that.
So, family gets murdered. Our main character, I guess we should get to at some point. Maybe later.
I mean, the first demon hunter they introduce is a Chow.
A Taoist monk.
Taoist monk. And he's just like this super greedy, super lazy, coward guy. And
Your usual kind of like... the good guy. The guy who does good acts for selfish reasons.
After that whole deal, or like partway through it, they bring in
The actual...
Zhuangzheng.
Yeah,
and,
however you pronounce his name.
Yeah, something like that.
Or spell his name. So...
And, you know, he's going like, no, that's not the actual demon. He's trying to tell everyone, that's not the real demon. And everyone's being like, how dare you not say this isn't the real demon?
Have you ever lost a husband?
It's like...
I don't have a husband. Have you ever lost a husband? So, at this point we're given more introduction into our main character. Who, instead of fighting, he's a demon hunter, but instead of fighting and hunting and killing demons, he wants to help them. He wants to help them find inner peace and go on to a healthy afterlife. And he does this using the book 300 Nursery Rhyme, which fails. A lot.
And then, when he's attempting it on the River Ogre, this female demon hunter just jumps in and takes credit for all his work.
It starts beating the shit out of him.
Well, yeah, he is.
And then she comes out of nowhere, throws him in this bag. Some sort of weird magical demon hunting bag that pops him out into this little ball that inside the ball is a little stuffed charm of a fish. Which was an interesting artifact.
Yeah, it was pretty neat.
As opposed to her other artifact, which I think was way overpowered.
Oh, the infinite ring?
Yeah, the infinity ring or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh man, if that was like anything other than this movie, that would be so overpowered.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes to meet his master.
Yeah. And actually, another thing that was really neat is like he has this breakdown over the family that died in the first act.
Yeah, which is something you don't usually see in this kind of movie. You don't see, especially like in an action comedy, where they really play up the comedy at parts. This was like right at the start. This fish demon brutally kills and devours a little girl and her parents. And the main character has a breakdown over this, about how he couldn't save them, and how it's, he could have, and he didn't, and it's his fault, and...
Well, I think the big reason why it worked is because they killed off the 5-year-old girl.
Yeah.
If it had just been the mother and father, I'm pretty sure most people would have been like, "Oh, yeah, you're just blubbing over nothing." It's like the little girl is fine, so who really cares?
Yeah.
but that wasn't the case. The little girl did die after a lot of work of trying to save her. So it actually was pretty intense, actually.
Yeah.
Just seeing him break down like that. So after that, they go on to the next demon, which is also really cool how they introduce it.
That was an excellent introduction.
They have this couple go into this this stone restaurant, I guess, and inside they eat a bunch of pork. I think it is.
It's supposed to be pork,
It's
and it's
supposed
supposed
to
to be like the most delicious pork ever. It's so succulent. It's juicy without being fatty. It's crispy, but it's also soft. It's
all these things.
Turns out it's human.
And the chef is
who looks like a glazed donut. Yeah, I want to know how they got that much, or like what they did for the makeup, because he shines.
Yeah, he does. And then, probably one of the weirdest things about it is like, he would refuse to talk, so they kept asking him, come on, say something.
Yeah.
And then, so finally he opens his mouth, and it's like this jagged mess of teeth, and he's like squealing like a pig.
Except pig squeals.
Yeah.
Demonic pig squeals. And then he kills them with a
nine-pronged rake.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. And then the main hero comes in, and the same series of events. Oh, welcome to our tavern. Yeah. But the thing is, he can see through.
Yeah, it shows the illusion, and then afterwards it shows his perspective, and it's like all the dead bodies. He looks at the pigs, he sees the humans behind it.
Yeah, it shows all these patrons eating and having a good time, and he looks around and it's nothing but bodies and blood, and
and he gets to the point where it's like at the end of it, he's like, "I'm a demon hunter. I know that this is all bullshit.
Give it up." And they're like,
no,
no.
But
so then
but he's saved by
the female
demon hunter.
Yeah, comes back, beats the shit out of them all,
and looks like she's getting off on it.
Yeah, what was with that?
She's got like this maniacal laughter. Even after
she was enjoying that way too much.
Like one of the demons is like begging her, "Please, just let me go.
Please, no more. I will explode." And she's just like, "Ah, orgasm punch."
Yeah, it was messed up.
Yeah.
And then they have this badass fight with the pig demon.
Yeah, the chef who turns out to be this pig demon, who they can't defeat. And that's when she starts using her infinity ring, which is the most bullshit thing ever. It's literally a ring that can grow and shrink to any size, and that she can
make infinite amounts.
Like duplicate it infinitely.
Just throw them.
Yeah, just like create stacks of them and just shoot them constantly. She can make them like teleport back to her. She can do all this crazy shit. Mm-hmm. It's so overpowered.
Yeah. But everything else is pretty strong too, so
yeah.
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, if this wasn't a like ancient Chinese way overpowered, that that usual kind of thing, this would not work. And I feel that they shoehorned it in just to be the wedding ring at the end.
Oh, right.
That's true. Which was kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have this whole romance subplot,
which we're about to get to, because the next part is where everything starts to fall apart.
Mm-hmm. From that point on, they spend too much time.
They go off for quite a while, a good half hour.
Just focus both on the romance
of her trying to seduce him, and like having him captured and not letting him go, while we're waiting for this demon, the boar demon, to show up, or for him to get away, and he's trying to find Sun Wukong, so that he can find out, because apparently Sun Wukong is the only person who knows how to
capture the big demon.
Yeah. So we have this awkward dancing scene that turns into a fight, that turns into really awkward second dancing scene.
Yeah.
It's really awkward.
Just a lot of awkward.
Yeah. And then the pig demon shows back up. They summon the pig demon, fight it for a bit, and throw it into the cave.
Sun Wukong turns it into a teacup pig.
Yeah, turns it into a little piglet. It's cute.
Mm-hmm.
And then she stuffs it in the bag and turns it into a little
Pig charm.
ball which has a pig charm. And then gives both of the pig charm and the fish charm to the guy, obviously trying to seduce him again, which is all she ever does in this frickin' movie.
I mean, she kicks ass, but it's like after once that halfway point comes in where she's just trying to seduce the Buddhist monk guy, it just kind of got annoying.
Yeah. They completely gloss over the journey west. Literally just...
Yeah, they kind of did.
Like a 30-second montage of him, like, journeying through all these different hostile environments, a desert, a mountain range, this, that, and the other thing, and he finally gets there, and you're like, wait, what happened to the journey west?
The journey west happened in 30 seconds.
Yeah. So he finds Sun Wukong in a cave in this mountain, and he can't get out. Okay, the story behind Sun Wukong is that he's a demon king / monkey king who defied the heavens, and so Buddha imprisons him for eternity, or until he can get out, which in this case is 500 years, when what's-his-name breaks the seal, letting him out. So yeah, they defeat the pig, hunky-dory, and they're about to leave, and he says...
Sun Wukong's trying to see the moon.
Yeah, he goes, by the way, is the moon out?
I haven't seen it for 500 years.
That lotus is always blocking the way. And so as a act of kindness, he picks the lotus flower, which is the real seal, not the scroll, which destroys these magical vines that keep him imprisoned, and he reveals his true form as Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, who's fucking badass.
Yep.
I think Sun Wukong was really well done in this movie. His animation and his design was really stunning, I would say. Very
well, they had really good
authentic
makeup when they had him in the practical effects scene, or like, because they had two separate things. When he was doing crazy stuff, like crazy action stuff, he was CGI. But when he was doing the acting part, like talking and stuff like that, it was a guy in a suit, in a monkey suit.
But it was so well done that you're. Yeah,
it was just
very well blended.
Really good makeup.
Meanwhile,
so like the three.
So first thing he does is beats the shit out of the main character and rips out all his hair. Because this entire time he's had this giant...
he's had this giant unshaved head.
Yeah. Not an afro, because it's all kind of straight and wiry, but same kind of thing.
So he pulls out all the hair and then he's bald, like a Buddha.
Yeah, like a Buddhist monk. What does it mean?
Symbolism. Yeah. Oh wait, that's probably trademarked by someone else.
Yeah.
We won't
mention. So then our three other martial artists appear. First up is the unnamed martial artist with the power of animals, who instantly gets fucking murdered and just torn apart. Not even, not figuratively. He literally gets his throat ripped out and his face eaten.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal.
Like, no chance. Just, he gets off, like, 2 punches and just gets owned.
Yeah. Then he has actually a pretty decent fight with the Almighty Foot. And,
which, once again, is like, awesome.
Yeah, he, like, grows his foot giant size, and he does, like, a roundhouse kick, which causes this huge wind force.
Yeah.
And it's...
Eventually, he spears the guy through the foot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which, you know...
Or no, he punches
or he
all
punches
the way
through.
He doesn't use his spear. He literally just punches through. He's like trying to step on him, and he punches right through his foot, and then it shrinks back down to normal size, and you can see this like little tiny like hole in it. He's like, "Oh my god, my foot!" And you're like, it's like you stepped on a thumbtack or something.
Yeah. It was pretty silly.
And then we have
Prince Important.
Yeah.
He pulls out his 7 swords, I guess?
Yeah, I didn't count. Little tiny wooden swords that he just kind of goes like this.
Just
flings them out, and then they become full-sized magic swords that follow his movements through the air, and he just lays back and has this awesome fight.
Actually, kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy, the blue alien dude and his arrow.
Yes.
It's just like, he's whistling and it's just go...
So, our other characters all dead. Except for Dwan and the main character.
So with the other hunters dead, Dwan decides it's her turn to take the Monkey King on.
Yeah.
And gets soundly beaten.
She gets, like... Of all of them, I almost feel the worst for her.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, at least the fiery death, he was incinerated within, like, a second.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he may have lasted, like, 3 at the most.
But he's, like, breaking her hand, breaking her leg.
First breaks her arm, then breaks her leg, and then...
Like, just crushes her neck.
Yeah, does this double-handed slap on her head, which I'm assuming like blew out her eardrum and just I was almost expecting her head to just pop like you see in some lesser movies.
It would have been
it would have been hilarious.
It would have been.
I was totally expecting it to just go boom. But no, instead we get a nice heartfelt moment
between her and the Buddhist monk about
who admits that he's always loved her
ever since the beginning, ever since he first saw her.
And how long will you love me for? 1,000 years.
10,000
years.
That's
too long.
Just
love me now. And then Sun Wukong incinerates the body.
Actually, like, tosses her up and then blows her up in the air.
Blows her up into the stars.
Sort of similar to the way Frieza does to Krillin. Which
cannot confirm.
Which, because of that, leads to Buddhist monk turning into Super Buddhist monk. I'll just let you guys decide.
Is that a Super Saiyan reference?
Yes, because it's Krillin exploding in the air that causes Goku to go Super Saiyan.
I see.
Similarly, it's the Duan. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Space Buddha.
Because you see, like, the expanse of space. It's like you see Earth, and then there's just Buddha. He's literally right there, just looking down on her.
And he's also kind of like a gold statue, and he's not like the fat laughing Buddha. He's the Indian or Thai Buddha. Mm-hmm. And his face is just stuck, and he just like,
it's just like this giant hand coming down.
It blew my mind when I first saw that. Because I'm like, oh, giant mountain was completely useless. What's that in the background? And it like pans over and you see like the clouds in the sky and this giant face. And then it zooms out and it shows the planet and this giant head. and it's attached to the rest of the body, and you're like, oh my god, he's gone. He's not surviving this.
Wukong tries his best, but he just gets...
He puts up a valiant effort. At that point, it's pretty much the end of the story. He goes back to his master, and I've learned so much, blah blah blah. Okay, now to set off on your new quest to the west. Your journey to the
to the west.
Your journey into the west, where you will go with your 3 companions, Sun Wukong, JT Pig or JK Pig.
It was like HL or a KL Hog.
Yeah, KL Hog, which was the pig demon, and whoever the fish demon at the start turned out to be. Yeah. Just randomly, they're accompanying him, which is the actual story of Journey into the West.
So basically, this was
some sort of prequel thing.
A very interpretive prequel, I guess.
Yeah.
I heard there were talks of working on a sequel. But...
Yeah, talks of a sequel, nothing concrete yet. I'd watch it. I'm interested.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah. Final thoughts?
Just to reiterate the first part of the video, I guess. First half is amazing. Second half, but definitely worth watching. Definitely worth watching.
Yeah. I would say more first act and the first half of the second act.
That's
good.
First half.
Second half of the second act goes right off the rails. And it isn't until, like, the last little bit of the third act that it gets back on track for an amazing finale, which works. I thought it worked. I mean, the romance was still shoehorned in, but they made it work.
Kind
of. So yeah.
Anything else? That's pretty much it, I think.
Yeah. See you next time.
See you next time.
This is really good beer.
So she shows up and is like, "Hey, I heard you guys needed a beautiful girl.
Can you dance? I know one dance." Which they use that joke twice.
Yeah, they do.
They use it slightly differently in the 2 times.
Well, I mean, the first time was the sister asking, "Do you know how to be feminine?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "I know how to do this."